Y'all knew I was not gonna let June the 10th pass without hitting y'all with a Mr. Dale birthday celebration vlog, and we're gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna share with you 10 of my most memorable Mr. Dale moments. I can't tell you they're my top 10, and I can't tell you they're in order because there's no way to filter through all that right now, and I cannot share everything. So I'm just gonna pick 10 off the top of my head and tell you about it. So, first of all, I'm just going to say the Rapture Conference. The Rapture Conference in 2008, which is 13 years ago. God blessed me tremendously. I was delivered from things. One thing in particular, I have to say, that I can tell you right now today, not only am I still free from, but I'm freer than I've ever been. And I'm super thankful because I thought I was always going to struggle with that. Never again. Never again. The enemy, I think, tempted me once or twice after that. And then I was like, no, I'm free. I'm not doing this anymore. After laying on my face at a holy hip hop concert, getting free, I'm not going back. There was so much impartation. God gave me vision for my entire life that made sense out of my entire life, from my past, from my childhood, the present at that time, and then the future, what I'm doing now, and even now what I'm going to do later on. God gave me vision for my life. He imparted vision of about my life to me at that conference, and I was so encouraged, primarily through um, number two, the word on Sunday. That Sunday, my pastor, who wasn't my pastor at the time, preached, 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 preached. I could tell you about him dropping a mic and going to get another mic and preaching on that mic and then going and grabbing the other mic he dropped and then preaching on two microphones. He might not even remember this, but I remember this. I could tell you that, and a lot of people get excited about stuff like that, and I was one of those people, I'm not going to lie, but I promise you this, to this day I remember the message. The title of the message was um, I Can See It. But for me, the particular message that stood out was it's a holy calling, which is based, it was Second Timothy, I think, chapter 1. Um, and God literally spoke. I remember that message, and I remember the revelation he gave about John, not John, but the revelation he gave about Peter, the revelation he gave about Judas. It was you just had to be there. It was one of those moments. Don't have any recordings of that, but I was there and I remember it. It was dope. Um, let's see. Number three. What should I tell y'all about next? I would say the Thriller release party was another big memory for me. Um, Primarily because the praise and worship experience that I had downtown Memphis in a lounge with a bunch of bottles behind me. Not, they weren't my bottles, I want to say, but at an actual spot, and having him lead us into this awesome praise and worship experience, for him to facilitate the move of God right there in that building was so dope. It was so many people. It was so amazing. Um, awesome night. I will never forget it. And while we're talking about praise and worship, number four, I just want to tell y'all this. One of my favorite things is he is my favorite, all-time favorite praise and worship leader, or worship leader. I heard a lot of good singing. I heard some rapping, which he doesn't do when he's leading praise and worship. I've seen a lot of good, you know, praise dance, but just him standing there speaking, um, all-time favorite praise and worship leader. I unashamedly tell you, I've seen William Murphy live, but my pastor, second to absolutely none in that area as far as I'm concerned. Um, Number five, um, most people won't understand this. 99.9% of people won't understand this, and even my closest friends might not remember. but I'm gonna say this and we're gonna move on because I'm not gonna tell you too much. Chicken wings. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Chicken wings. um, number six. What should be number six? Mm, oh yes, the time that I went to the Faith Walker release party when I took my mom's car and drove down there. Now, mind you, I had a ride, but they canceled at the last minute, so I drove down there, and I think we ended up scrapping that car after that. Um, and I was so scared. God told me to tell him to pray for me, and he did. He prayed for me. I told him what was going on. Except I didn't tell him that I wasn't supposed to be down there in my mom's car, downtown again. Um, but after he prayed, I was totally calm. But the reason why I really can tell you for sure that he's anointed is that y'all know moms ask a lot of questions, and my mom is like on the next level with that. And so I get home. It's like after my mom gets off work. Y'all know my mom worked that night. She worked super late. And I got home after she did. And the only thing she asked me was, did I have a good time? And I said yes. And she was like, good. Because somebody else was supposed to take me. So it was weird that I was even gone in the car. But she asked no questions. Like, not one. I didn't have to lie. I just was like, it was crazy. So that was an awesome moment. What else is there? There's so many different things. I have to try to choose wisely. Um, the way the music that he chooses when we go on road trips. OMG. Every song that he plays is my jam or becomes my jam because I love his taste in music, which makes sense because he's my favorite musician. But I'm kind of surprised. I'm surprised that he likes the music that he likes, and I love it so much. Um, so there's that. Oh, there's so many other things. I can't believe I did not think of this as number one. When Mr. Dale came to Jackson, this was before I was even a member of his church. He comes to Jackson, and it was the Hope Dealer 2 tour, and he did my favorite song in life ever, which he so happened to produce and rap and all that. And OMG, I heard the intro of the song, and I hit the floor. Like I literally just, and I didn't pass out, but that was the only way to adequately describe how excited I was that he was doing my song. And it wasn't until a couple of weeks later when I was watching the somebody had recorded, which they didn't record me. Sometimes I'm glad they didn't record me, and sometimes I wish I could see what I was looking like laying on the floor. But um, I had went back and I was watching the video, and I had plugged it into my big speakers and I had turned it up really loud, and um, I heard him say, mind you, that night I didn't hear it because I was in my own world that night. But I heard him say, I'm gonna do this song for Felicia. He called my name specifically. And he did it for me because I love the song. He literally said those words. And I didn't even know. I didn't even know he had said that. It was amazing. Like when you go to your favorite artist concert, they don't know what your favorite song is. And they don't care what your favorite song is because they have a set song that they gonna do, and they don't care. He's never done that song before then, and better not have done it afterwards because that's my song. Never done it live, but that night he did it specifically for me. I should have saved that one for last because that one was really dope. Um, Another one on a more serious note was when one of my good friends passed away. And this is just shows how caring and how in tune my pastor is. Um, when she passed away, I texted him the day of her funeral. I found out about her funeral the day of her funeral on Facebook. I didn't know if I was invited, and it was just a lot. It was a lot. And so I was texting him because I didn't know if he was busy or what he had going on, and I was so emotional and just everything. Um, and when I texted him, he called me. And the truth is, I needed to hear his voice, but I was just too proud to ask for help, too concerned that I was going to bring him down. And yet he was in tune enough to know, let me call her and make sure she's good. And he ministered to me, which was awesome. He prayed for me, which was awesome. I ain't even gonna say he ministered to me, but he just was there for me, and he prayed for me, which is awesome. But just the fact that he knew that I needed to hear him and not just text or whatever was really dope to me. Um, and so I only have one more thing because I said I was only gonna do 10, and so I have to choose one. Mm, okay, his dance, because we don't shout at our church, and we don't shout in general. I don't, and he don't. When I say we, y'all know what I mean when I say shout, because we both grew up Kojic. We don't do that. But he has this dance that he does, and I think I have actual footage of it. It's one of my favorite things in the world. So his what does he call it? His jig, I don't know, but he does this dance that when he gets to preaching and he gets hype, he does this. He does this. You'll see it. You'll see it. But anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. To be honest, I just did a lot of takes, but hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, because hey, you never know when I'm gonna pop up on you with another vlog. And be sure to help me celebrate my favorite rapper, my pastor, Mr. Dale. Post and tag him if you know him. And a lot of y'all do. I'm gonna need y'all to start celebrating because he done blessed you too. So just pop in on him and say happy birthday. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. And sow a seed if you feel so led. And I will see you next time I decide to vlog. So you guys subscribe. Peace.